leave me the hell alone, guys. You've been on my case nonstop for 7 years, not once before that, in 20 years of practice. There's no complaints ever levied against me. It wasn't until I started to become, relatively well-known publicly that the college came after me.
Dr. Jordan Peterson was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and there he explained in details all the troubles he has been going through with the Ontario College of Psychologists. So, watch this video to hear what he said.
The College of Psychologists has basically levied what are equivalent to about 13 lawsuits against me simultaneously. Now, the reason I call them lawsuits is because they're actions undertaken on behalf of a complainant. Now, the complainant can be anyone anywhere in the world who complains about me for any reason. They don't have to be former clients. They don't even have to be anybody I've ever met. They don't even have to have met anybody I've ever met. So,
So it could be someone online.
Well, it is. All these complaints are someone online. None of them are my clients, although half of them claim to be falsely. And the college didn't throw out their complaints despite that. So, which is really quite interesting.
And what are the complaints?
Well, okay, let's see. The one complaint is about the tweet I made about Eleanor Elliott Page, and when I said that a criminal physician cut off her breasts and that pride was the sin. So now I'm in trouble again because I just said the same thing. One was about Sports Illustrated cover where they featured that overweight model, and I tweeted out "not beautiful," and I guess that was something like fat shaming. I don't remember exactly what the charge was. And then I criticized Justin Trudeau and a former staff member of Justin Trudeau and Jacinda Ardern. I made a joke about her. I was going to New Zealand, and the New Zealand leftist press was freaking out, and I made this joke about bringing my alt-right trolls to New Zealand, and then I put in parentheses, or maybe they're just, ordinary people who are trying to clean up their rooms. So apparently that was casting the profession into disgrace. And then they submitted, one complainant from the U.S. submitted the entire transcript of our last discussion. So, I don't know how to defend myself against that, because apparently everything I say, and apparently everything you say too, is bringing the profession of psychology into disgrace. And I think they're most upset in that case about my comments about the inadequacy of climate models. And so, part of the reason I'm pursuing this action with regard to the Ontario College of Psychologists, well, there's two reasons, really. Three. One is, leave me the hell alone, guys. You've been on my case nonstop for 7 years. Not once before that, in 20 years of practice. There's no complaints ever levied against me. It wasn't until I started to become, relatively well-known publicly that the college came after me. And 7 years of that gets to be a bit much, especially now that there's 13 lawsuits compiled up, and all of them are for political opinions, and half of them have been put forward on false grounds. But even that's not enough for me to engage in the battle. The reason I'm engaging in the battle is, well, first of all, you want me to do social media retraining so I communicate better according to your experts? It's like, experts by what criteria exactly? What's a social media communication expert? You got any documentation that even exists as a field? And how do you know that if you have that social media expert train me, that I'm going to be a better therapist?
Like we have said on this show countless times, that Dr. Jordan Peterson is a very, very brilliant person. In fact, he knows exactly what he is talking about. He has done countless interviews with very, very challenging people, and none of them have been able to overcome him, or to entrap him, or to make him say something he doesn't want to say. So whenever he is saying something, he is very, very careful, and he makes sure that he understands what he is saying very well. And this whole issue with the College of Psychologists is so annoying, because they are supposed to regulate his professional life, his career, as our clinical psychologists. That is their job. Their job is to regulate or is to see that people who are involved in clinical psychology do not abuse their job, do not abuse their clients, do not make the environment so toxic for the client or for the people who might need their help. That is just the duty and obligation of the College of Psychologists. Because after all, it is just a professional regulatory body. That's just all. So to see them overreaching their responsibility into someone's personal life is a call for concern. Yeah, it's really a call for concern. For people, seeing them trying to silence other people's voices is really a call for concern. And I have made this very clear on this show countless times that it's so heartbreaking to see a country like Canada taking this route. It's so disturbing to see a country like Canada going down this rabbit hole. People are supposed to live freely, are supposed to express themselves. People are supposed to say what they want to say. A professional body should not be involved with people's personal life. It's never good. I have realized that America and Canada have become so polarized that it's very, very difficult to see two people who can agree on anything whatsoever. Name it, politics, they will not agree. Climate change, they will not agree. Even on how to use and regulate social media, they will not agree. In fact, they've become so divided that I'm not sure we will be able to get them back together. But these are the nations that we Africans look up to. 10 years ago, I really had high hopes for America and Canada. In fact, they were like a royal model to me. When I look at my country, the way things were being done by the politicians and the leaders, and I look over there and I saw how things were being done by their leaders, I really envied them because I thought that my own country was doing things in such a disturbing manner and things were not going anywhere. But recently, recently, I have I have been having a change of thought. The Canada that I used to know is not the same. It has changed. And do not get me wrong, change is constant, but this change is not for the better. It is for the worse. Democracy is under threat. Rule of law is under threat. In fact, they are now becoming more like those African countries that we thought were terrible in terms of the rule of law, the justice system, and the general management of the countries. This is really sad. This is really, really sad. And I hope that people like Dr. Jordan Peterson and the others who are more wiser, who are smarter, who are more intelligent will see this and try to put a stop to it before it gets too late. Because I always tell people, right, Africa wasn't always like this. African leaders weren't always as authoritarian as they are now. But the reason why they have gotten to this level of authoritarianism is because when they started taking the rights of the people, when they started imposing on the people did nothing. They sat quietly and they watched. When they say, hey, you cannot do that, no one said anything, no one objected. And so the leaders kept on going, kept on encouraging on the rights and freedom of the people. And right now, the people have totally lost everything. They don't have any rights, they don't have any liberty, they don't have any freedom, they don't have even a single chance of a fair trial. If they have an issue with a government official, with a politician, their chances of getting a fair trial is zero to the minus. They'll never get a fair trial. And that is what Africa or Africans are going through. So I am so grateful seeing Dr. Jordan Peterson really fighting this fight, because it's not just for him. He is very, very popular. He is very, very educated. He could do a lot of things. As a matter of fact, he doesn't really need the license. He could do a lot of things. He could write books. He could do shows, he could do podcast. He will be very okay with that. But he is standing up for other people who might not be as privileged as he is, who might be struggling to put their houses in order, people who might not have the courage and confidence to stand up. Those are the people he is fighting for. Those are the people he is telling this regulatory body, hold on, don't get involved, don't overstep your boundaries. And for that one, we can all but only give him our full support. And we all say kudos to you, Dr. Jordan Peterson, for championing this cause. We are solently behind you. And to you guys out there, let us know your thoughts and opinion on this Dr. Jordan Peterson interview with Joe Rogan. What do you think about what he said? Let us know in the comment section below, because like always, we love hearing what you have to say. So thank you very much, and like always, see you in the next one. Cut.